Computer. All right, welcome everyone to our Saturday call. I'm really excited to we have a topic that we want to cover today, and Angel and I were just talking, I was just saying there's so many things, social media platforms that I feel like I've got it nailed down. LinkedIn is not one of them. It just seems like a whole different world to me. So, and I think a lot of people feel that way. And I think when we're talking about business, it's a good place. But like we were just saying, and Angel will probably, back me up on this. Don't feel like you need to go, okay, now we need to go over to LinkedIn. Like we're going to, okay, push Facebook off to the side, push, whatever platform is you're building. For me, it's Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok, right? Jesse Lee Ward calls it fit. I've got, that's where I've got my base, and it doesn't take me any more time to have those three platforms, because if I produce a piece of content, if I make a post, I just put it on all three of them. If someone's following me on all three and sees a repeat of my post, well, good. I'm just like, I'm not to that level that I feel like I have to create different vibes for every different platform. So, but that being said, I'm very much at a loss for the what the etiquette is on LinkedIn, and what the best way is to connect with people over there. So Angel, I'm going to turn it right over to you, and I'll watch the comments for questions. And sure. Yeah, so Angel, thank you so much. You've got, I know you've been doing a lot with with Doug Firebaugh, and he has some really great scripts to put in there. So yeah, if you would share with everyone, just kind of a LinkedIn 101.
Yeah, for sure. I'll do a screen share here in a second. I think that's the easiest way to
excellent,
to see what I'm doing. But yeah, with LinkedIn, why I like it, and I totally agree with Peg, it doesn't mean hop over there. You can simply use it as an option in your 5/5 if you're looking for leads and people to talk to. But I like it because it's direct. And I like it because people who are on there are generally pretty active. And that doesn't mean that they're actively posting, but they usually will respond to messages. A lot of times they do exactly what they do on Facebook. They see the message and don't respond, and that's okay. But people appreciate a more direct approach, and you can talk more about your business or products over there, which I love. And just like Peg said, if you are doing content, you can actually repurpose it over on LinkedIn as well. Now, a lot of people are posting their reels, and they're posting the same posts that they put on Facebook. It's not really a place to be goofy and silly, like if you're doing goofy videos and stuff like that. But if you got a great video on the product, or we're doing a Zoom, or we're doing something like that, you can definitely be posting it over there too. So I am going to turn my camera off because I have to move my computer down here so I can see my monitor. That way you guys aren't looking at my nose here the whole time. So I'm going to just get this set up. Does anybody use LinkedIn right now a lot?
Nope.
No? Okay.
I have an account, but I'm not really sure what it's all about yet.
Okay, so we'll go in. And I wonder where I have a lot of tabs open here. You know what? I'll just open a new one.
Yeah, Bonnie, I'm on the same page. I have an account. I check it out, but I'm anxious about doing the wrong thing, giving the wrong impression, being unprofessional, right?
I'm exactly in the same place as you all. I've had an account for several years. I check it out from time to time, but I don't really know how to do it.
Right. Okay, so this will be a good kind of just an overview for you guys then, because it's actually quite easy. I know it's a little intimidating because you kind of think, oh, you got to be saying it an exact way. The great thing is conversation flows the exact same way it does in other platforms, but you can be more direct. So I'll go to my profile first here. Now I've kind of optimized my profile for I'd watch YouTube videos from people who advised how to set it up. So when you guys are on here, if you want to come over to my profile to get an idea of what I've done, there's a great about section here. You can put as much as or little as you want in here. I see some people, they put the links to their products, they put the links to a recording, that you could put the get on the gel in here. It allows you in here to actually put some hyperlinks and put in some content, and then just your experience and what you've done. I put in here about being a professional network marketer because I'm proud of it. And I don't say who we are. I just put, and actually I got this tip off of a girl who did a course, but just join the fastest growing hormone health company. So you aren't necessarily saying anything where they're, oh, I do say it in here. So they can go and see, but it's just, it highlights what I do. I put this at the top because that's what I want people to see the most when they come over here. So it's very, you guys can come over here and see, I've been using this for the last 10 years. So I do have quite a few connections and people I can talk to, but I want to go in to show you guys where you can find people. So you just simply go up right here and say, I wanted to find an entrepreneur. So right now I want to go in, I want to find entrepreneurs to talk to. I know people who are entrepreneurs on here. They usually are doing multiple streams of income. You want to take some time to look at their profile and see. So this is showing me right now people in my first, second, and third categories. So first means that I'm already connected to them. Second means they're connected to somebody in my first connections. And third means I think that we're far connected. So you can choose what you want. You can get more filtered here. So you can go up here and you can say, I just want to see people that show entrepreneurs. So you can just go people. And now it allows you to kind of filter a little bit more. So maybe I just want to see my first and second connections. So it's now brought that down. Maybe I want to find people just in the US. You can put in here a specific state if you wanted to. You can put in any location. So now I just want to see people in the US. So it really changed my listing, right? Because it was showing me people in Canada first, because that's where I'm located. So it'll show you based on your location, who's the closest to you. So as you're going through here, now it's showing me a lot of people that I'm not connected with. So we'll go over connecting with people first, and then we'll go over with people that you're already connected with, how to have those conversations. So what I do when I'm connecting, I'm connecting with a purpose, right? I'm not just going through here and going click, 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 click. So I'm not going to connect with Shiva because he only allows me to follow him. To try to get a message through to him, if I'm not connected, he's likely not going to see it. And people who haven't allowed that on their profile, it's generally harder to talk to them. I'm going to click on his profile though, just to see if I can connect with him on his profile. A lot of times it'll show it over here. So first I'd look through here to see if he's an ideal person, what he's doing. So that's the first thing I do is, what are they doing now? Check and see. So, I mean, would he be ideal for what we're doing? Probably not. I probably wouldn't approach him, but if he was ideal, I would go to the more and see down here. It says I actually can connect with him. So when I connect with him, what I'm going to do is actually keep track of the names of the people that I'm connecting with. So I just keep a separate notebook for LinkedIn and I just write down all the names. So we're going to go back and we'll come to Stacy. So Stacy looks like she's got some entrepreneur stuff going on here. She's got work from home. We're both in Supermoms Network. And she's endorsed for online marketing and she's an entrepreneur. So I'm definitely going to connect with Stacy.
Angel,
So
can I ask you a question? Can you go back and show, you mentioned you're both in a network together. So
yes.
What does that mean?
Well, I haven't used these for a long time. Back when I first started, I started joining a lot of groups. It's just like Facebook. But the problem with LinkedIn groups is you have to be active. And I don't know, before they didn't run the same way, but let me go in and see what's going on in here. So yeah, so it's really just like a Facebook group. And it looks like this one is mostly just the one guy posting. A lot of them wouldn't even allow people to post on their own. So it just kind of, I don't know, I never really used them, but it means that at some point we both were in here. Mm-hmm. So you can go through groups. I have not used groups very much, so it's not something I know a lot about, but you can definitely go and look and see if there's active groups you want to be a part of on LinkedIn. But again, like we said, don't spend a lot of time trying to figure it out. Jill had a question, I think.
Yes. The benefit of being in a group is that you don't have to be connected to someone to message them.
Oh, okay. Well, that's good to know.
Okay, cool. Thanks, Jill.
Sure.
All right. So I've now sent Stacy a connect request. So what's going to happen, and we'll go over here after in my notifications, it'll notify me when Stacy accepts my connection request. So now it's pretty much the same thing. So I'm going to go down here. I think you guys get the gist of it. Just kind of, you're just looking for people that you want to connect with for whatever reason. If you're a product person, you know, you want to connect with people that you think would be great for the products. But when I show you guys the messages you can send, you're really just sharing what you do. And in the wording of the messages, like you can really connect with everybody, no matter if you're business or product focused. Like as long as it's somebody that you could see that you'd want on your team, then it's definitely somebody you'd want to connect with. So Ms. Meta, I don't know.
Jennifer, I have a quick question.
Yeah.
When you send the connect, hit the connect, do you put a message with that or just connect?
I don't usually, because I like the first message to be me introducing myself and asking them a question. So I don't
Okay.
generally. Sometimes, like if I tried to send somebody a message that I'm not connected with, then you would have to, like you have to put in an initial message in order to be able to send them anything at that time.
Okay. All right. Thank you.
That. So yeah, so that's just connecting with people. So now if I wanted to just find people that were in my, just in my first. So Lester Ward, I'm going to click on him. Now, chances are I've already messaged a lot of these people because I've been doing this for so long. But so I'm going to look through here. He's an online marketing expert. Okay, great, great, great. Where is he? He's in Tennessee. I can see that. So he likes Gary Vaynerchuk. I like Gary Vaynerchuk. So he looks like a great person to message. Now I am going to go to message, and I have not messaged him yet. And sorry if my typing's off. I've got these nails on, so I'm not. So I'm just going to say, hey, now I have no idea when we connected, but you can still say, hey, it's great to be connected. Hey, Lester. Sorry, guys. I should have copied and pasted these earlier. Are you still
Yes.
actively doing that? And then I'll wait for him to respond.
Can you read that out loud for us? I can't
Oh,
really
for
read it on
sure.
the screen. Thank you.
Yeah. It says, hey, Lester, it's great to be connected. I see you're an online marketer. Are you still actively doing that? So he's going to respond back and let me know. My next message to him is going to be, that's awesome. No matter what he says, that's awesome. Great. I'm so glad. Congratulations on your success. Then this is being recorded. So if you guys need to hear it back again, but so congratulations on your success. Are you open to any other opportunities at this moment? I'm building a team in the US right now, a team of leaders, and I'd love to chat with you or share some information if you're open to taking a look. And that's it. I'm just very direct right away. So if he tells me he's happy, if he tells me he's not, that's going to be my message. If he says, no, I'm not really doing it, you know, it's kind of slowed down. Oh, okay. Are you open to any opportunities right now? Are you open to anything else? And if he was in an MLM company, I'd say, I see you're with Isogenics. That's awesome. How are things going there? Are you open to any other opportunities at this moment? I'm looking for some leaders in the US. I'm building with a great team. Would you be open to taking a look? And it's just always, are you open? Are you open to anything else? If they're super happy, then we're sharing that message. Peg, I think you heard Doug say it the other day, and I think we shared it on here. Wow, that's great. I'm so glad you're happy. Most people aren't. So I think that's great. Congratulations. Have a wonderful summer, right? And then I'll come back at some point to Lester and check and see, are you still happy? But so I'm just going to send this to him. And then what happens, sorry, my toolbar is right blocking everything here. What happens is this messaging center here in LinkedIn is where all your messages are. So everything that you do is in here. You're going to get some emails from people. That means that you're not connected with them, but they're likely soliciting you on something. But I do respond to those people as well. You know, if if they've asked me to buy something, I'll say, oh, no, you know what? At this time, I'm not looking for that, but I'll keep your name handy if I know of anybody looking for that. Just so you know, I am a representative or distributor in a hormonal health company, or I'm a leader in a hormonal health company. We have awesome products. I know professionals love to stay healthy. So if you or anyone you know would be interested in my products, definitely keep me in mind. So you kind of get that little plug in there. You're not necessarily looking to get them into the team. You're not saying, do you want to join my company? But I have a product too, and I want to share that with you as well. So that's what, if this Jason Shirley, we'll see what he was saying. Curious if you're interested in gold and silver. So that's exactly how I'd answer him back. I'd say, Jason, thanks so much for the message. I really appreciate that. At this time, no, that's not for me, but it is actually something I'm probably going to look into in the next 6 months. So I'm going to keep your name handy. But also, just so you know, I like to kind of share with each other information so we can refer for each other. This is what I do. And then you go into the being a leader in the hormonal health company, providing the products. So I just have those conversations with people. It's like LinkedIn is basically a place where it's a walking business card, right? It's like you're sharing your business card with everybody every time you're talking to them. And that's how I think of it. If I'm having a conversation with somebody on LinkedIn, they should know what I do, because that's what this is for. So I want to know what they do, and I want them to know what I do. So if I don't know what they do, a lot of times I'll ask somebody, like, say on Lester's profile, it had nothing on there. I was, not quite sure what he did. I would say to him, hey, Lester, so great to be connected. Curious what you do. I can't really tell from your profile what you do. I'm curious what you do. I like to know what my connections do, how I can refer for you, and definitely want to connect. Like, it's just, you're acting curious all the time about them. So that's the one thing. And then the other thing is, you always want to make sure you're sharing something that you do sell, or the opportunity with somebody in the conversations. So we'll go back. So does that so far all make sense, or is it?
That makes a lot of sense. Thank you, Angel. My next question is, like, so you filtered people that were entrepreneurs, and then you answered, like, what if they don't have, what if you're really not clear about what they do? What if you were looking for people that were, say, in real estate, and would you ever like zero in on an area and say, I'm building my business in that area. I see you're in real estate, because I think there's some people on this call that use that as a market.
Absolutely. So, for example, we'll go. What I would do in that situation, and what I love with real estate people, is if we know there's going to be an event somewhere, inviting them to the event. Like, say Darren's team is having an event in Chicago or something, and we know that's coming up. Like, always know any upcoming events that any teams are having, and being able to invite these professionals to that, because it's a place for them to network as well, right? They always like to go to, and I think Darren's thing was on taxes, if I'm correct. Is that right? They were having an expo on. Yeah. So something like that is beneficial for a professional like that, right? So say real estate people, and I wanted to narrow it down to Chicago. Take off this. So I'm only connected with 3 people, right? But if I wanted to add in a second, then I could start connecting with all of these people as well. And so when you connect with them and then you see the notification come up, your message to them would be, John, it's so great to connect. Thank you for accepting my connection request. I just wanted to message you. My company is having an event in Chicago on, how to save money on your taxes or whatever. I know a lot of real estate professionals are going. I would love to invite you. I have private invites that I can send you if you'd like to go. So you're really right away making that connection on, or making that message on why you connected with John. And then that way you're not making it about business or products right away. He's going to find that out when he goes to that event, right? So absolutely. And then if you're not connecting for an event and you're connecting with a real estate broker, so I'll go back to my first. So, oops, I want to look at his profile first. Oh, see, I've already messaged him. And let's see if Joshua. Oh yeah, I've already messaged him too. So I'm going to go back through, because I could have messaged him about my past opportunity. This could have been a couple of years ago. So I'll go back through these people. and see. But let's see. So Jonathan doesn't look like he's a real estate agent, so not quite sure why he showed up. But say you want to find them in, we'll go broader, we'll go Florida. And I'm actually right now, guys, starting to connect with a lot of people in Florida because I know we're going to have an upcoming event either at the end of October or early November, according to Paul. So I'm already starting to connect with people out there and letting them know I'm going to be down there later this year and would love to connect.
Smart.
Find out more about what they're doing, right? So that way you could have a whole bunch of people. We could end up, maybe we have a business event because if a lot of us have made connections out there, maybe we can have a small business meeting as well, right? Like there's lots of things we could do. So if I wanted to message Melissa, I already messaged Melissa. All of these people I've already messaged. Let's see here. I'm going to find one that I haven't messaged. Can you tell that I did real estate agents already, that I've already used that as one of my categories?
So how do you find, like, what kind of return do you find on people engaging with you in return?
I would say it's about 50%.
Oh.
Yeah, 50%. And I mean, out of those 50%, 40% is a no, right?
Mhm.
It's the same numbers game as you're playing in Facebook and with messages or DMs on Instagram or anything like that. It's still the same numbers, but the response rate is always pretty good. And then you can keep that conversation going, right? So if I messaged Michelle right now, the message I would send, if this was my first message and I was messaging her, I would come to her profile and she's got a great profile here. A lot of times, a lot of real estate agents will have another business here, like a network marketing. A lot of them are network marketers, as we know. So I would look through here. So she's a fitness instructor and personal trainer, right? So she's somebody who now reminds me of Danielle. So I would message Michelle if this was the first message I was sending her, and I'd say, hey, Michelle, so great to be connected. I took a look at your profile. Congratulations on your success. I work with a lot of real estate agents, or if you don't personally and you don't want to say that, you could say, we work with a lot of real estate agents in our hormonal health company. Are you open to any other opportunities at this time for some multiple streams of income? If so, I'd love to share some information with you or have a chat. Or with her, I might say, I also noticed that you're a fitness instructor and personal trainer. We have a lot of trainers in our company right now having some great success, making some extra revenue on the side. Is that something you'd be open to taking a look at? Right. And then if Michelle was interested and she said, yeah, actually, I would be open to taking a look, I'd be like, Danielle, can you get on a 3-way call? Like that's the first person I'd reach out to, right? Danielle, I've got this girl. She reminds me so much of you. I'm sure she'd love to hear your story and your experience here. Would you mind getting on a call with me with her? And I know Danielle would say yes. So that's what I would kind of do. So you want to spend some time seeing what they're already doing. If it said in here she was doing a network marketing company, maybe she's with, I don't know, what's that coffee one I always see? Valentis. So maybe she was doing Valentis. I'd say, hey, Michelle, so great to connect. I know you're a real estate agent. I see you also do XYZ. How is that going? Are you open to any other opportunities at this point? I'm a leader in our hormonal health company. I would love to connect. I think there's an opportunity here for you. And you're exactly the type of leader that I'm looking for. So you want to give them that compliment. Like, yes, I see you're a leader. I see you're a go-getter. You're exactly the type of person I'm looking for in my team. Or you can be more specific. I'm looking for leaders in Florida right now. I'm looking to build out Florida. I'm going to be down there later this year. I would love to have some leaders already building down there so we can have some events. Are you open to taking a look? Because then you're saying, hey, Michelle, I want you to build Florida for me. Now, Michelle doesn't need to know maybe there's already 10,000 people in Florida, right? But she doesn't need to know that because on your team, she'd be one of your leaders in Florida. So it's just that conversation that kind of shows them that you see that there's a potential with them. I'm doing this in Canada right now as well, because I live in Canada, right? So I am being more specific to Canadian people. I'm looking for entrepreneurs. So for, yeah, I would, a lot of times I'm putting it, or I put in home business if people are already working a home business. And I just want people. I want first connections. And I want Canada.
I have a question while you're doing that, Angel.
Yeah.
So similar to say if I find someone on Facebook that I want to connect with, I can see if I see that they're already friends with Jill or with Jennifer, that's not my person, right? So you can see the same thing in here. But you would have to be connected to that person too. So in other words,
Right.
yeah.
Yeah, so we have mutual connections that we both have, and
Mhm.
that's what it'll show me. I don't often reference that just because it happens almost every time, right? Where you're getting multiple connections. So yeah, I don't really go that way, but you definitely can. I see that we share connections. We have 87 mutual connections. That's awesome. We must like the same stuff here. Would love to know more about you. Do what's comfortable for you. If you're not like me and you don't want to be direct, just ask them more about you. Thank you for connecting. Would love to know more about you and what you do, how I can help you with your business. Would love to share business information, see how we can benefit each other, like whatever language is comfortable for you. Or like I said, if you're a product person and you don't want to go into, I'm looking for a leader in Florida, maybe you find a real estate agent in Florida and you say, hey, I see you're a real estate agent. That's awesome. I would love to know more about what you do. I myself am a leader in our hormonal health company. We provide amazing products. I see you're also a fitness trainer. I know these products are working great for other trainers in our team. They're using them in their business. Would love to chat if you're open and share some information. You can keep it like whatever's comfortable for you, but just always that asking about them, giving them a compliment, sharing a bit about you so you pique their interest, but knowing that in LinkedIn, you can be way more direct. This is not a place where you're asking them how their day was and how many kids they have, right? People on LinkedIn don't want to spend time with the little chit chat. They want to know, like, why are you messaging me? What do you do? How can we benefit each other? What are you trying to sell me, right? Because people know on LinkedIn now the chances are you're messaging them for a reason, but it allows for that conversation of what, like, whether you love your products or your business, you can share that here.
Thank you, Angel. And Hannah, I see that you've had your hand up for a little while. Go ahead and unmute and ask your question.
Hey, I hope that you can hear me. So there's a very confident side of me that goes, oh, I could totally do this. But then there's also the very unconfident side of me that goes, I know that I'm just going to be bugging somebody and I don't like to be bugged. So then I kind of disappear into this like uncertain. And so I suppose I probably know the answer. I know the answer, but I just, Angel, like, can you just tell us to just can you just tell me, just dive in and screw it up a few times and you'll definitely still learn the vocabulary and confidence and like it's okay, just do it. Does that make any sense?
Absolutely. I think don't view it as scary. Is it because you view LinkedIn as a different space?
I think that I have heard so many times from external sources like don't spam people, and I have such little experience with actual networking on a professional level. So I mean I was in jobs, not careers, and then I was a stay-at-home mom, and now I'm still a massage therapist, stay-at-home mom, and I'm learning how to be professional.
Right.
And I feel almost like I haven't learned that professional exterior yet, like how to be professional. And so I feel like I'm still wading through how to get that vernacular and that confidence in what it looks like to have a business card. I don't know what it looks like to have a business card. Like I'm just Hannah and there's probably baby poop on my shirt. I don't know.
Well, know that there's probably the person that you're messaging probably has all of those crazy things going on too. Like what I always think of when I'm over here on LinkedIn, I don't think of myself as a creepy network marketer trying to recruit people. I think of myself as a salesperson. I represent a company. It's no different if New You Life was just paying us commissions on selling their products and we didn't build teams and we didn't have that opportunity to build teams and create that success. Salespeople who are marketing, and I've done this before, salespeople who are marketing products are building a sales team of other people. They're encouraging people to come and sell with them, and they're selling a product. So they're walking into, say, a dentist's office with a product and saying, I have this product. I think it would benefit you. That's what you're doing here on LinkedIn. You're not like, so you're representing New You Life, you're representing a product, you're looking for leaders that you want to help also build this. It doesn't have to get into the MLM feeling, right? You are a salesperson, you are an expert, Hannah, even if in your mind, maybe you haven't achieved what you think you need to have in order to have these conversations with these people. You're a sales rep, right? You're reaching out, you're doing what sales representatives do. You're doing what a lot of these people are doing. A lot of these people are using LinkedIn to build their businesses, whether it's MLM, whether it's a brick and mortar, anything. Like, you're going to be having conversations with people who are reaching out to you as well to try to sell you on what they're doing or anything like that. Like, it's not just this kind of, you know, snaky little MLM thing you're doing. It's literally, you're having a sales conversation. Does that help at all?
Yes. And it's funny because I'll dip into like confidence, and I know that this is a world-class business and I know that you can make money here. And then all of a sudden I wind up with the gremlins telling me that I can't do it because it's snake oil and the people around me don't want to know about an MLM. And that's my confidence that I just need to navigate better.
Well, and you know, if you get people saying that to you, my answer back to people when they act that way, I'm like, okay, that's interesting. Why do you feel that way? Like, what is it that, like, I don't hear that very often. So what can you fill me in on why you feel that way? I'm really curious, because usually people love to hear about a new opportunity and love to hear about ways to make some extra money. So I'm curious why you have that reaction. Could you fill me in more? Like, make them feel weird. They're trying to make you feel weird, make them feel weird. Wow, that's a weird response. Holy, I have not heard that. Fill me in. Why do you feel that way? Because this is great. I know thousands of people right now making great paychecks here. So I'm really curious as to why you feel that way. Do you feel like that's a response you could give to people just to take your power back?
Yeah. Yes.
I love that, Angel, because I think that a lot of people, when you ask them that question, they don't have an answer.
Yeah, exactly. They don't know what to say. And usually they've got, because, you know, well, I know my cousin got involved in Amway 15 years ago, and that's just a pyramid scheme and all of this stuff that they say, right? And it's like, really? Okay, that's interesting that you feel that way. Like, tell me more. Why? Like, what do you think? Like, this is what I do. You tell me how you feel about that. Why does it make you feel like there's something wrong with this, right? And I just always want to know more. Tell me more. Why?
Yeah. The other thing I'm noticing, like, so Hannah, like, you're feeling like, okay, this is not a comfort zone for me. I'm feeling kind of medium about it, whether or not it's because I'm quite comfortable on Facebook, Instagram, and TikTok. I can see that. So this is what I'm saying is it may not be for everyone. It may not be the platform for everyone. And you want to stay somewhat focused, right? You want to, as much as you can, you want to multitask, but you don't want to dilute yourself either. But I can see someone, like, I can see Charmaine's face, and Charmaine's like, yes, this is for me. And I can see Jill going, this is what I want. So I think we each have different, we're all different. We have different personalities. We have different ways that we want to approach this business. And I really just wanted Angel to, explain this because there are people that are like, I want to be direct. I want to, right. And you can see how direct Angel is being. And I do like that part of it. Right. So yeah, does that make sense, Hannah? If you can. Yeah.
Yeah. And don't feel like you have to do this. Like, you don't have to do this. We're just giving you, there was a few people that had asked how to use LinkedIn. I do think it's a fantastic platform. I personally use it probably the most out of anything, just because I love being direct, and that's just my personality. For somebody else, maybe Hannah, if you're rocking it out on Facebook and Instagram, and that's more of a comfort space for you, keep doing that. Like, keep on perfecting what works for you. So don't worry about it. Don't definitely do something that pushes you outside of your comfort zone, but don't worry about it. Like, it can go either way, because this could be great for you, but if it's really making you feel yucky, then just don't do it. You don't have to.
You are just a professional events. Thank you so much. Go ahead, Hannah.
Sorry for all the background noise. I've got an amazing family behind me. I totally love the straightforwardness of this, and it feels what you're saying gives me so much more permission to just be that straightforward. Because there are times that I don't need or want more friends because there's not enough time for it, and it feels like other platforms you have to be more friends in order to then be able to gain the relationship, in order to then be able to speak into the life, and so it does feel way more amazing to just have a straightforward conversation. It just feels way better.
Yes, you're so much like me because I'm the same way. I love connecting with people, but I don't have a lot of time to make a bunch of new friends and have 15 different messenger conversations going on, and so I love this because, and you put the app on your phone, you'll get your messages on your phone. It's just direct. I agree. So I love that. Thank you.
Yeah, so we've got a few questions. Jennifer, can you unmute?
Sure. So mine, I actually did, I had been on LinkedIn for a while with my corporate job and then my pet care business. So, two questions. Should I do a new profile or should I just sort of add, that I'm in this affiliate marketing kind of, that's my current thing?
Yeah, just add it. So when you're in your
Okay.
profile, like this is always a great space at the top here to kind of show off what you do. So I have a lot going on, but I put everything in there, right? And it
Oh, I
allows
love
you
it.
to put in quite a bit. So definitely these lines spacing it out, you'll see that a lot of people have that in their profile. So it allows you to feature everything. And then yeah, just go in and add your experience. And you can take off of mine if you want what I have here, but you can just
Wonderful.
add it in.
So my second question was when I was in here before, when I first started in this business, I was actually working with Judy Mark, and she was the one that had kind of turned me on to LinkedIn as far as our business. And what I was kind of searching for was like holistic practitioners, spas, trainers, like kind of people that would want to build on their end, right? I guess that's ultimately what we're all looking for. But in that aspect, approaching them as something like, what would be my wording to like, I have something that you may be interested in for your business type of
Yes.
thing.
So I have connected with chiropractors before, say,
cool.
one of my other products, right? So I would search in here for chiropractors, do that whole thing where you're looking for people, maybe in a specific area. Like if you want to focus on chiropractors in Texas for this month, you want to build out a team there. I would message them and say, hi, just wanted to introduce myself. My name is Angel. I'm a representative here for a hormonal health company. We've got fantastic products and we've got a lot of chiropractors using these products in their practice to help them increase their revenue. I would love to chat with you. I'm looking to have a few chiropractors in Texas. Would you be open to taking a look at the products and having a conversation about how this could help your practice?
Oh, you are amazing.
Well, I don't
Can
think
you put some of these scripts in the boards, Angel? Like, is there a way for you to
that's
put
a
some of
great
these
idea.
Yeah.
Yes. I won't
Yeah.
put you guys through watching me type anymore because that was painful, but yes, I'll put them all in
Yeah,
the board.
that's awesome. Yeah, I love that.
Okay,
That's
awesome.
I'm trying to write as you're talking, and I just got scribbles everywhere.
Oh, I
I'm like,
know. And I know I talk fast.
oh no, you talk fast, but you packed a lot of information, and that was fabulous. I loved
Okay.
it. Thank you so
Okay,
much.
right on. I'll get these scripts out to you guys today.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Angel. Sandra, you had a question. Can you unmute?
Yes, sorry, it always takes me a second to do that. First of all, two things. Thank you so much. This is incredible. I don't know where the scripts are going to get posted, but I hope I'm part of that group because I really want to see these scripts because I'm literally right. You have 2 pages of notes already. This is fantastic because this is right up my alley.
Good.
I'm not a small talk kind of gal.
Yeah.
I'm a straight shooter kind of girl. And I'm very protective of me personally. I don't know how to explain that, but it's about the only way I guess I could say it quickly. So this for me is like gold. Like this will be like where I want to focus. So I'm curious to see those scripts. And I
course.
can't wait to see the replay because I'm sure I missed so much writing so much. You are amazing.
Oh,
And
I'm
thank
so
you
glad this
so
was
much.
I
Thank you.
totally would make sense.
Well, because somebody said to me the other day, you know, you're in marketing, like you should know, almost like intimating I should know this stuff already. But I was in marketing for corporate, and it's very, very different than anything we do here. And I was in marketing for a salon. So I really taught stylists how to do what they do better when they already have a sitting duck, so to speak, a client in the chair. I never prospected in my entire life. So yes, I come from a marketing background and I can create you a great piece on Canva, and I can teach stylists and other practitioners that have. That's really where my superpower is. If I already have somebody in my business and they are a professional of some sort, whether it's chiropractor, gym owner, stylist, I taught that for years, how you take somebody already in your chair and add value and increase your income. So that's where I'm going to shine when I have them in my business.
Yes.
Getting there is my struggle.
Well, yeah, then your mindset needs to be pretend that this is your chair, right? Pretend that they're already here. What conversation would you be having with them if they were sitting right in front of you, right? So delivering that value of what you could do for them, of how you're a benefit to them and how you want to help them increase their revenue. You can have those exact conversations right here on LinkedIn.
And that's for me, the best thing is immediately being able to say, hey, are you open? And this is what I could do for you. Instead of having to, for lack of a better way of putting it, pussyfoot around it for 25 conversations. I'm not good at that. And I've been struggling with it. So this is a godsend, truly.
Awesome. Well, and that's the thing for a lot of people, those conversations don't feel genuine. Like, it's so funny because I'm the same way. It's like, I know people like Peg are just so good at having conversations with people and following up with her reels and stuff like that. And for me, that's a learning place. Like, do I know how to do it? Yes. But do I really want to? I don't know. I'd rather do this. Right. So it's funny. It's whatever your personality works with.
Agreed. 100%. Okay. We've got a couple more questions here. Bettina, can you unmute?
Hi, thank you so much for doing this. It's been awesome. I've had a LinkedIn account for a while, but as a hairdresser of 40 years, I never had to use it. But when I just got into the company, somebody mentioned a while ago, about LinkedIn, but I never did anything until recently. I just kind of dabbled in it, didn't know what I was doing. It is intimidating, but I would just suggest for everyone to do what I did. I just didn't know what I was doing. And I just kind of threw out some messages to people. So I've learned a lot. Thank you so much.
Awesome.
I just took people, that messaged me and I kind of tweaked what they messaged because I didn't know what to say. And that's how I did my messages. So I have a question though. I have a childhood friend that I want to connect. I don't have any other way of connecting with him. He works for NASA and he's a retired astronaut. And his profile is locked. Is there any way that I can connect with him if it's locked?
Have you tried?
I don't know how to navigate LinkedIn.
You can always send a connect message to someone, or in most cases, it's usually buried somewhere.
Yeah.
Or
how about try that other thing that Angel was
in-mail.
right next to his name where there was a more button, right, Angel? And then that brought down connect. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Like, look at the more button. You should be able to send an in-mail. I don't know if I can't remember what their limits are on free accounts. Like, I have a paid account because I need it for my other business. So I don't recommend paying for LinkedIn. I don't recommend paying for anything if you don't have to. Always use the free, but I don't know with the free version if you can send an in-mail. If you really, really want to get a hold of him, I would recommend if the only way that you can get it, like once you kind of look around, if the only way you can get him is by sending an in-mail and you can't, then you may want to just go for 1 month. I think it's like $15 a month in order to be able to send 10 in-mails. I think, I don't know exactly, but you may want to go that option, because then an in-mail he will get, and he'll get it, like that means you're not connected, but you can still send him the message.
Okay, thank you very much.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Bettina. Rick, can you unmute?
Yes, I am unmuted, aren't I?
Okay.
Great. I'm really enjoying this. And Angel, I thank you so much for doing this presentation. I've learned a lot. Like others of you, I've been on LinkedIn for several years, have lots of connections there, but I've never really done much because I really didn't know how to handle it. What you're saying, what I understand you're saying is social media, like what Peg was saying, TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, is different than this, much different than this, because I've learned that, you know, building relationships is something we want to do on social media, other social media. And I like doing that, but I had an experience lately where someone friended me on Facebook and then started messaging me and asking me questions. And after a while, I said, this sounds like a job interview. What are we doing here? And then finally, she got to the point she wanted to get to, that I knew she was getting to all the time, and she wanted me to prospect me. And it just felt like a yucky experience.
Yeah.
And I just thought, you know, hopefully I'm not doing that. So hopefully what I'd love to do is, like other people said, do more directly. Like, are you open? I'm looking to do this. Are you open? I just think that cuts a lot of the bullshit out and gets to the point quicker, which I think is great. So thank you, Angel.
Oh, you're so welcome. Yeah, Facebook and Instagram, people are over there to be social, right? People want that social experience. They want to make friends. They want to build up friendships, so people will see their posts and like them. Like it's a social experience. LinkedIn is business. LinkedIn is where people are going to post about their company, post about their business, post about products if they're selling them, post about sales that they have, those kind of things. So being direct, and you get, like you say, you cut out the BS right away, because they don't want that here. If somebody starts asking me questions on here about my life, I'm like, whoa, what's going on? Like, are we on a dating site here? I don't want to talk about my life with you. So it's so funny. It's so opposite.
It was so great experiencing that from the other direction, because that's a lot of what I've done in the past, is trying to get to know somebody. And the challenge with that is, when do you turn it into business? And I know we're going to be learning more about that next week when we take Bob Heilig's program, and he talks about that a lot. But how do you get to the point where you turn a friendship into business? And that's always hard to know when and how to do that.
Yeah, because it has to be genuine, right? Otherwise you come with that, oh, the only reason you wanted to be my friend was just to pitch me your business, right? And that's exactly it. Is you have to learn about each other, share what you do, really do that waiting time, right? Where when it's appropriate, and that opportunity will generally come. But yeah, it's that waiting game, and that's that long play, where this is a quicker play.
I'd also think that your profile on LinkedIn is very important, because I looked at mine, I haven't updated it in a while, and I would think that be very, very beneficial for us to have an updated, powerful profile.
Yeah. The first thing people are going to do when you message them is likely click your profile. So definitely make sure it's updated. Definitely make sure it's professional. As you guys can see, I shared when we had the expo over the weekend, I shared that on here. So yeah, definitely. And they're going to look and see, what are you posting about? Like, people are going to come here and know I'm a network marketer, but because of my messaging and the way I do it, they're going to see that I'm actually a professional at what I do, right? I'm not just saying, here's my link, go take a look at this, right?
Yeah.
Right. Thank you.
So good. Angel, I have two questions. And first I want to say, Jill mentioned that she is transcribing this into Word, and she's got all the notes.
Nice.
Yeah. But also,
Let me just real quickly, Peg.
Yeah.
Charmaine suggested that I just edit it and send bullet points. I was just going to send it out raw. It's like 4 pages in Word, no punctuation, no nothing. So if anyone would, I don't have time to edit it. I have to work this afternoon. I figured you'd rather have raw than wait until I can edit it. So if somebody would like to edit it, I'm happy to do it, or I can share it with everybody.
I'll be happy to do that. I'll be happy to.
Okay, I will send it to you, Sandra, and you can update
There we go.
edit it.
Awesome.
No
Okay, thank
problem.
you.
My pleasure.
Teamwork. So
Yep.
I had a question, Angel. I guess, what I'm saying is, so here we're saying that we can be more direct and get right to the point, but then you're like at the top of the funnel, right? You've got them in your funnel, and then you're at a point where you still need to get to know them, right?
sure.
You still need to know what it is they're looking for, what they're, why they would want to look at something, right? And what they'd be looking for. So I just, I guess question and a point at the same time. But my big question is, you're talking about, you shared our expo a couple weeks ago. My question is, like, is that something that people will look at too? Like, what type of content you're posting? That's a sticky point for me. Like, what do I want to put in there as content? And is that as important as it is in other platforms?
Yeah, like you don't want to be, it's not like a Facebook post where you're doing a video about the products or like, and testimonials and stuff like that. I shared that one because it was an expo for the weekend, right?
Mm-hmm.
I share the video that Danielle did. Actually, I don't think I've shared it on here yet, but I would share the video that Danielle did where Mel and Garlinda and I do the Thursday Zoom, because it's about bringing women together and empowering women, about how we're changing lives, right? I would share that. So things that are more professional, but about what you do. Right. So I don't tend to, like, a lot of people, what's great to post on here that I just don't, but motivational posts, like motivational memes on here are great. Inspiration, anything that's value. Hey, I was just on Bob Heilig's video today. I learned this and I wanted to share it with everyone. A great tip. Or you could just say, here's a great tip, or top 3 things you should never do on your Instagram profile. Take content that you're learning and put it somewhere, and you could put it in here, and then you can just give credit to whoever you used or learned it from.
Okay. Yeah. Love that. And another thing I wanted to say too about, Hannah was saying, not wanting to look silly or, sometimes we also have to, so I just want to share an experience. Someone that's fairly new, got into, this is on Facebook, got into a thread about a product, started connecting with these people who were looking for a product, and got a lot of hits, a lot of people asking questions, but she got a lot of pushback. She got a lot of, really kind of some nastiness, right? And she was like, well, okay, I just wasted all this time. But I was like, but that was like a sandbox. Like, you got all this experience, right? I know in my corporate job, we call it a sandbox. When you're training someone, you've got a place where you can train, right? So, so there is that value in it. And there's so many, like, you're going to make mistakes at first. You're going to get better as you keep going. We're not all going to start out messaging the way Angel does, right? But if you wait until you're perfect, it's too late, right? It's, you've got to start somewhere. So yeah. So anybody else? Sandra, do you have another question? Oh, and I'm sorry. Oh, sorry. I'm sorry, Charmaine, I didn't see yours.
That's okay. I know I need to change the color tone.
The color.
So for those who haven't been on LinkedIn before and know that I've had this thing about perfection and not wanting to do things until it's perfect. But when I worked for AT&T, we had LinkedIn, and I had my thread of all my skills. And I can tell you, there were people who would hit me up every single day. Hey, are you interested in joining our team as, hey, we have a technical position that we would love. And it was just the norm. So for you to go out there, and I appreciate what Rick had said, make sure your profile, which I need to update mine too, is one that would cause someone to think, that is interesting. Angel has that she is #1 bookseller. I'm like, but Angel has, and I'm not. However, you can say that you are a leader because you are a leader in your business, right? You are, if you have an LLC, you can also say that you are a CEO of your LLC. But know that it is, and Paul has told me and Peg before, LinkedIn would be the area that, we need to explore. Especially me, because I'm more on the business side. So don't think it's weird, because businesses do that all the time. I have UCSF, which used to be my account. They're still, I get requests for them. They want me back at Med Center or the university for me to help on their technical team. And that's why I had to change it, that I'm not in that field anymore. But I still have connections with them. So it's the normal thing. And you'll start getting, once you get your profile up, you'll start getting people coming to you, so that's an opportunity for you to say, oh, hey, I'm a leader in a hormone health company. I am looking, actually, would you be interested? So just wanted to share that.
Awesome. Thank you, Charmaine.
This is a great recording, great tool. Really glad that we recorded it. Sandra's got one more question and then we'll close it up, guys. I want to keep it to an hour. And I think it's too something that is a great tool that we can share, this is a tool that you might want to say to someone looking at your business, hey, I don't know if you don't want to be, if you don't want to be on Instagram, if you don't want to be on TikTok, we use Zoom too. And we have actually got a really good training on it.
Absolutely. And you can use these kind of things that we do as, if you're being approached or somebody, is trying to recruit you, or you're talking with somebody, it can either be a benefit if you're if you're in a recruiting conversation with someone where you're trying to bring them in here. Not only do we have an awesome team, but we do private trainings. Like there's a LinkedIn training you can listen to. We do training on motivation, mindset, our groups. There's people in there every week. Like every Saturday, we're doing a different training here, right? That's huge for teams. They don't generally get that. But also if somebody's trying to recruit you, that's your pushback. I'm not leaving this team. You have no idea what kind of training we're getting here. And I love it over here and I'm fully supported. But if you're ever looking, keep me in mind because I'm not going anywhere here, but thank you. Thank you for seeing in me what you do, but I'm where I'm going to stay.
Yeah. Love that. Thank you. Sandra, did you have another question?
It's just super fast. I know you explained to Hannah what to say back when somebody gives you a little rebuff, but some guy the other day that I messaged, he was a health and wellness professional. So I asked if he was open to additional opportunity, yada, yada, yada. And he sent back a dissertation on how network marketers are slimy and desperate. And I must be putting on a brave face that I'm so poor that I have to resort to yada, yada, yada. And the products are so cheap and not well made. I mean, literally it had to be a 250-word dissertation. You don't even bother responding to that kind of thing,
No.
right? That's not one that you answer. Why do you feel that way?
Yeah,
right?
no, I'd say bye, Felicia.
Yeah. Or you could even answer back and say, wow, you know what? At first, I really thought you were somebody that I'd love to have on my team. Now I know I don't. Thanks for making that decision for me.
Yeah. You told me all I need to know.
Yeah.
Got
Yeah.
it. Thank
Yeah.
you.
All right. Thanks everyone for being here. Angel, thank you so much. I will turn this into a recording or I'll post the recording in the Empower Hour group later today.
Yeah. Thank you, Peg. I know I said, oh, it should be about 20 minutes and here we are.
No, it was so good.
Sorry, but thank you so much.
So good.
Awesome.
So
Thank you.
good. So valuable. Thank you so much. Thanks everybody.
Thank you.
Great
Bye guys.
weekend.
Have a good weekend.
Bye.
Yes.
Bye.
Bye.